Hello, YouTube family. We're a little short and sweet today. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Go by the nickname Ginger. It's not cute, not knowing. Let's hug. Okay, now it's time to get to knowing. I know the weekend edition is early. I have someone new, LaShawna Simon, and she's a busy girl. So when she puts it up, I'm just like, go ahead. It's much more produced and fancier than this. But the weekend edition is up. So definitely go check it out. Let's get to knowing. Congratulations, we got baby news. John Legend and his wife, Chrissy Tiegan, expecting baby number 3. That family is so cute, and they did it in such a way. We see a little baby bump and Chrissy Teigen, and congratulations to them and their beautiful family. It's streaming now. Project Power, the new Jamie Foxx movie with Dominique Fishback, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Imagine having a superpower for 5 minutes, a pill that gives you a superpower. It's wreaking havoc all over the place. Jamie Foxx stars in Project Power, and it is streaming now on Netflix. Idris Elba, we got news on him. He's finally going to be a spy. Remember how the years they're like, is he going to be the next James Bond? Is he going to be James Bond? No, but Apple TV has brought the rights where Idris Elba is going to play a spy in an African-themed movie. I think that's how it's going to be set in Africa. He's going to be a spy in Idris Elba, finally. Sarah Haynes is returning to The View. Really, she's replacing Abby Huntsman, who left, I believe, before the pandemic. But they're finally filling that spot. Sarah Haynes is returning. She was there. I think this is her 3rd time coming back. She left most recently in 2018 to really move on over more onto Good Morning America. Then they did the GMA3 spinoff with Michael Strahan and Keke Palmer, and that didn't do well. Then the pandemic came, and then they decided, we're going to keep you in the family. Sarah Haynes is returning to The View mid-September. Venus Williams, in addition to playing tennis, did you know that she designs stuff? Yes, she is designing. She's really getting into the activewear brand. She has come out with a Wonder Woman themed line. Now, if you're saying to yourself, why Wonder Woman? She's a huge Wonder Woman fan, and 11 by Venus is a line that she's been doing, and it's going to be launching really soon, but they're coming out with activewear, all with the Wonder Woman theme. So look out for that. Brad Pitt, what is taking this divorce so long from Angelina Jolie? It's Angelina who is dragging her feet with it. Maybe she doesn't want to be divorced from Brad. He's like, come on, let's stop stalling. It's been dragging out. They've got 6 kids between biological and adopted. His parents have not seen those kids in 4 years. I guess he wants to really move on with his life, with his family, being able to see his kids, and there's not a lot of stuff, but apparently it's Angelina Jolie who's dragging her feet with this divorce. Ben Vereen, the famed entertainer, he's 73 years old. We remember him, Chicken George from Roots, Broadway winning actor, dancer. Incredible career, but he's had a lot of tragedies. Most recently, this was regarding his 55-year-old son who went missing. They couldn't find him for 2 weeks, and then when they did find him, he was dead. His son leaves behind 4 children. He was also a choreographer. They don't know exactly what happened, what went wrong, but Ben Vereen's son dead at the age of 55. Back in 1987, Ben Vereen lost his 16-year-old daughter in a very tragic accident. And in 1992, Ben Vereen was hit by a car driven by Grammy-winning composer-producer David Foster. After he got hit by the car, he got in his car and was driving, fell asleep, and then he slammed into a tree. The whole thing was kind of like, what's going on? But Ben Vereen, incredible career, but our prayers go out to his family as they deal with yet another tragedy. Meek Mills, the rapper, he just had a baby in May by a very beautiful woman, and then he announced publicly that they were breaking up. And everyone was like, what? She just had your baby. What's going on? Meek out here playing. He got another girl pregnant. The girl is due any day. Sources are wondering if it is a certain Los Angeles realtor. But he's got another baby on the way. Billboard Music Awards, it was kind of like held off because of COVID. They've set a new date in October on NBC. They're still not sure how they're going to do it. Most likely it will be done virtually. Now I'm hearing with the Emmys that Jimmy Kimmel is hosting September 20th. They want, the winners are already going to know because they want the winners to pre-record their acceptance. You know, everything is so different with COVID, and the game has definitely changed, but a lot of people are balking at that for the Emmys. Old heads out there, who remembers the movie Blazing Saddles? It came out in 1974. Mel Brooks movie, Gene Wilder, Cleavon Little. It was a spoof on classic Westerns, but I thought it was hysterical. I was like a little girl when it came out. It's not politically correct. And in this day and age that we're living in with all these sensitive people, it could never be made. HBO Max is going to start showing the movie, but they're running it with a disclaimer so that people don't lose their minds, because it is not politically correct at all. Mel Brooks had a different type of humor, and he has said himself he could not make a movie like a Blazing Saddles today because it was so politically incorrect. Richard Pryor was one of the writers on it, and the reason why he did not star in it, because they thought back then that his stand-up act was too controversial. Ain't that something? If you could get the humor, you would love it. But Blazing Saddles was just one of those. I'm just a huge Mel Brooks fan. When you think of Young Frankenstein and just other movies that were just, they just couldn't be made today. And we have a lot of sensitive people, so you just can't do that. But Blazing Saddles is going to air on HBO Max. Lauryn Hill is responding to her daughter. Earlier this week, her daughter made headlines about her childhood, not having her father, you know, the discipline at the hands of Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill says that her daughter has every right to express herself. The way she disciplined, she said, was a way of life. Maybe she should not have disciplined in anger, but that kids need discipline. Lauryn Hill is the mother of 6 kids. I do a podcast, Patty and the Millennials, and this week we do a little double dose. The month of August is National Donor Awareness Month, and I had a chance to speak to not only a donor, but a recipient. When you're an organ donor, you can save so many lives. So we talk about that in one podcast with the Gift of Life. Then I got together with the crew. I'm the baby boomer. There's millennials, Gen X, men and women. We talk about depression during this pandemic. Were you surprised that former First Lady Michelle Obama admitted to suffering from low-grade depression? Between job losses, job changes, money changes, life changes, this pandemic has affected us all in some way. And quite frankly, you have a lot of people who are not handling it well. They're not. I think we see it every day, especially on social media. We just see it. And it's like, you're not handling this well. It's a lot. But admitting to depression is not something to be ashamed of. And whether it's low grade or whether you're really in the mist, it's okay to seek help. It's okay to have somebody to talk to about it. It's okay when I had my stroke, they put me on some 10 milligram, and I didn't want to take it. I said, ain't nothing wrong with me. And they said, well, you won't stop crying. And I took it. I did. It did make me stop crying. But I was one of those like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I wasn't. I was in a chair. I couldn't walk. I couldn't see. I was messed up. I was messed up after the stroke. But it's okay. We never like to admit. So many people don't like to admit that they may be going through something. And it's only natural that in life, with the different things that happen, you may go through the ups and downs. But it's okay to find somebody to talk about it. It really is. It's nothing. Depression is nothing to be ashamed of. You can find my podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, the iHeartRadio app, #1 in podcasts. Download it and check out the conversation. I'm just a huge believer in that conversation is important. It's not cute not knowing. I've got a weekend segment for you guys. It's already up, so check it out. I hope that you have a great weekend. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. To all the newbies who are like, I just found you. Welcome. I have my own different way of letting you know of the stuff, but I'm glad that you're here. If you have been here from day one, as we grow and grow and grow, appreciate you much. Leave a comment. You know that I saw it if I've given you a heart. Have a great weekend. The weekend edition is there, and we'll be back next week. I'm sure next week will be as off the chain as this week was. It's not cute not knowing, and now you know. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Have a good one.